Find the bushes got flying around them. Then I take and I'll bark them, and I'll take and I'll sand them. I'll take a rough, like a 60 or 80 grit. Then I take about 100 to 150, and I'll put the clear coat on them, let it dry, and then I'll still wool it between each coat of clear coat. Sometimes it might take 2 to 5. And I'll put just a chair bottom on the bottom of it for an end.
When you break buckwheat?
Oh, he don't get out now, Terrell.
Hey, Furman. How you doing?
Moonshine. Smell it. Let's smell it. Smell it. Let's see if Mr. Corbin will let us smell it.
Yeah.
Now, don't take too big of a whiff, just barely.
Get your whiff of that, Furman. That'd do you good.
What I'm doing is splitting this bolt in half, and you have to kind of take it easy and let the wood work itself.
Love the smell of that wood.
It's a little, since it's been 6 or 7 months since we cut it. It's not as easy as when it's wet. Although it's still wet, you can smell it. There, I finally got it.
So you are going to use those shingles on the Veterans Memorial?
Yeah, we've already made over 3,500, but for this thing today, we decided we'd use another bolt out of it, another cut off, and show the people how we do it. This is a kind of a warp. Normally you probably wouldn't use it, but you got to trim it up to where you got about 3/8 to a ½ inch on the upper end of it. And you don't get a rule and measure it.
Yeah, do it to eyeball it.
You eyeball everything.
Those 2 pieces of wood hold it in place.
You can see why it took so long to make 3,500 of them. We've got them on different lengths, because when you start out at the bottom and when you wind up at the top, you have shingles or boards of different lengths. But you make them all this size first, then you take what's left and make the short ones. Come on. You know what that is?
What is that?
What is that?
What is it?
Firewood.
Kindling. Kindling there.
It's one of the most pristine rivers in the area, and we want to keep it that way. So that's what we're all about.
I grew up on it.
This is a stream table owned by the Soil and Water Conservation Department of Macon County, and this enables us to show people how water flows both above the ground and below the ground. This is a plastic kind of sand medium. It's actually used for sandblasting, but it works really well for our table because it doesn't absorb much water, and it's really lightweight, so it doesn't take a lot of energy from the water to show how sediment can be moved. So what we do is we'll move all of our sediment upstream and start the process going, and you can actually form a channel for it to flow through.
And I see the kids are really liking it.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun with it. They sure do. Right now we've got an enormous dam in the middle of it, so we're about to see what happens when the water gets over the dam.
You can see it's flowing underneath it.
It does flow underneath it. That's a good way to see the subsurface flow in the groundwater.
Call the teller that you woke up.
So it's a pretty cool educational tool. This is the kind of thing that I really didn't understand until I got to college. I took some hydrology class, some hydrology kind of teaching. But with it right here in front of you, I think the kids can understand it a lot sooner than that.
Do you guys have like a website people can go to?
Oh yeah. I believe ltwa.org is what it's called. My wife's the director there.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a pretty...
Or they could just Google Little Tennessee Watershed Association?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe it's pretty easy to navigate right now. And you can see what kind of events are coming up, and you can check out the bio-monitoring program that's been going on for 18 years in the organization here. And the LTWA is actually responsible for monitoring what kind of threatened water species there are in the watershed, and they've identified several species that are only found here or rarely found in other places. A lot of good work going on.
Okay.